we're going to create a simple rocket, and I'm going to explain MaxQ. Thanks to this guy on the screen, he made it pretty much possible for me to create a method for you guys. We're going to create a simple rocket. More simple than this. Way more simple than that. I'm going to keep it simple. What I'm going to do is a very basic rocket. Nothing intense. Just a 2-stage rocket. Remember, simple is better. There's some things you need to understand. Okay? We have MaxQ to deal with. That means we got to burn in the atmosphere longer. Okay? That means the engines have to last longer. Well, they can't last longer. Burn times can't go longer. Okay? Because engines will explode. They're on a timer. You see, this thing will only last for 200 seconds before it explodes. This thing will only last 230 seconds before it explodes. And this thing was 310 seconds before it explodes. So this burn time right here for this second stage, ignore this decoupler, is 128 seconds. It's extinguishing fuel pretty quickly, so you need to figure out a way to keep those extinguishing levels high. If you have a lot of fuel, extinguish fuel more efficiently. Well, I'm going to quickly, okay? Use lighter fuels, so or heavier fuels, okay? Let me give you an example of a rocket that's too light. So say we take this rocket here, and instead of using this propellant, we're going to use the lightest propellant, which is this guy, okay? And then we're going to put the equivalent engine on that. This one. All right, that's 1.21 with 7179, but we're really light. This thing is incredibly lightweight now, but why does that matter? Well, it means that the rocket's going to accelerate a lot quicker. That TWR should be pretty high for such a tiny engine, which it is. It's not bad when you're creating 4-stage rockets and stuff like that. 1.21, that's enough. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to place that decoupler back there. Nice. We're going to combine those into that stage there. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, instead of a lighter fuel, I'm going to use a heavier fuel, which is the 38.93 ton fuel versus 10.60 ton fuel. So this is like literally 3 times heavier. That's good. You want it light at the top, heavier at the bottom. And as you can see, with that mathematics, that checks out. That's 1.77, that's enough, with 3,845. Very good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and place this here and combine them. All right, now we're going to take a big step down. Our fuel can't get any lighter, really, right? It can't get any lighter, and it can't get any heavier than what we already have. Well, we got a lot of weight above this stage here, so we're gonna need a lot of fuel to push that weight. That's 38 tons. There's 5,000 right there. That's great. And that's 1.85. That's great. We need to give it the ability to turn. We need to check how long it's burning. It's burning for 135 seconds. That's great. Okay. This engine lasts 200 seconds. That's great. All right. What we need to do is grab this guy and place him there. All right. Things are getting intense. Here's our base stage. Our stage is gonna get us up and out, up and out. All right, we're gonna go with this guy. 1,601. Not good, not good at all. We need a lot of weight to push this. And that TWR is 1.22, which is good, but we need more meters a second. We're gonna check that burn time. That burn time is 109 seconds. We're gonna add burn time to it. There we go. We've added burn time, but we've added 204 seconds. Remember, our maximum number here is 200 seconds. This is 204 seconds. These will explode before the end of the fuel. That's not good. How do you solve this? Well, we need to extinguish fuel quicker, okay? Extinguishing fuel quicker is the best way to make sure that we can still have those 2,520 meters a second with us. So we're just gonna add more extinguishings of fuel. Well, there you go. We got a burn time of 82 seconds. 82 seconds, and guess what? All of this meters a second will be used. That's pretty great. So we need more meters a second, of course, because that's not ideal. That's 2,700, and it looks like that decoupler is not going to be friendly. So what we're going to do is add little spacers here until we have enough clearance of that decoupler, which we still do not. And fuel will pass through these areas. All right, cool. We have clearance now. We can add more. Of course, we can add more thrust. So we're at 2,741. Now, when you add a smaller fuel tank, it's called impulse. I'm going to explain this. So the impact tolerance is 6.0. This is 4.0. You want that number to be higher. The higher that number, the more oomph in the tank extinguishing. Meaning that when this tank gets low, guess what? That TWR is high. When this tank gets low, guess what? That TWR is high. Giving it more right? You can create all sorts of magicness with that. Well, we're at 3,000. Okay. And 3,7, 3,9, 4. All right, some gyro stabilizers to keep things happy. Well, we've run into a new problem, haven't we? There's no way that this thing is going to be able to extinguish those long tubes, right? That burn time is, we're going to separate it into its own stage to ID it. And to do that, you'll add a stage. You'll take it and you'll place it there. Then you're going to shrink this stage so you can read it. Well, right here it says that this burn time is 1,961 seconds. Right, that's not good. So we need to add more combustion, right? More extinguishing of fuel. So we're going to add some turnability because we need that. And we're going to try to get that burn time down, which worked. We're at 162. So there you go. With a TWR of 1.48. Guess what? This rocket first stage has 4,000, 5,000, 8,000, plus 7,000. Just very, very good. It's a very good rocket. It'll get the job done. It will work. Now I'm going to teach you Max Q. This is important. All the stuff you've learned right now leads up to this moment. Max Q is important. You're going to study this here. Circle at the very top. This is your tilt angle. I'm going to teach you how to get into a pocket. I'm going to teach you how to weight balance, which I already taught you before, is weight balance. We're going to test our weight balance. Let the energies of the rocket build up. Wait for this to hit a large number. Rockets like to, in this update, for some reason, tilt to the left. Just kind of keep correcting it. And we're going to slowly, after 100 or so, just start pushing this to the inside of the first circle and hold. We're building up a lot of meters a second right now, and we're going to begin to prograde. We're going to lower the throttle, and I'm going to prograde until it goes to 60, and then I'm going to hold. And we're going to lower the throttle when that air starts building up on it. Lower it too much, and we're going to fall out of the sky. So it's a balancing act throttle right now. We're at approaching our 60 point, and I'm going to hold. And if the rocket is holding at that 60 point, okay, that means the throttle is good. But if it starts to get away from that 60 point, guess what? You need to lower your throttle. And we're going to be blasting through until around 30 or 40, okay? This is important, okay? After 30 or so, we can start to increase that throttle. But remember, the bigger the max Q, the bigger the rocket. So this max Q is still happening. So it's not really safe, but you can start to see the effect deteriorate. And as it deteriorates, I am now free to prograde. And that's how you leave max Q. Now I'm going to stabilize here. It's all about creating a balanced weight rocket, meaning that the top is light and the bottom is heavy. And I'm going to prograde. Now we are approaching 172. I am going to stabilize now, and I'm going to hit the equator. There we go. We're at 210 and we're still climbing that equator there. Really hit that equator. Because we are out of the atmosphere completely. Remember to always watch your burn timer and look at the lifespan and the amount of fuel that you remove. there you have it, folks. We of course are ready to go to Mars and wherever. I mean, actually, we got 7,176 to go. Of course, there's no payload really on here, but I hope this helps you understand. Thank you for watching my video tutorials. Have a nice day, morning, evening, and afternoon.